Alrighty. Well, I am very tired. I woke up at 5 today. Got an article done on Halloween VR games and like how VR can help you for Halloween stuff. Had a long shift at work. Paced myself for it though. Made sure that I didn't just try to go all out. Just paced myself. Made sure, okay, take little breaks, do a little bit of research on .com, which is something I haven't really been doing as much of, and I need to do more of. Is just, hey, if I've got downtime and I've got everything else done to a comfortable level, do research on new products, and I'll be doing more of that tomorrow, because I need to go back anyway, and I need to go to Walmart and get a light, so I'll be in the area. I might as well head over, jot down the name of the drones, and do some research. That way, for the next shift, I will actually make sure everyone's prepared and ready to speak to these things. No, I'm not where I want to be on those. We had a little meeting, a little costume contest for Halloween, a little bit of a party. It was pretty fun. And then they're rattling off little awards and stuff. And my former lead, first one, when I got there, Kirk, gave a little speech and thanked me for being someone he looks up to at work, which is kind of cool, when you've got someone who is, I guess, higher up on the food chain, is a good way to put it. Simple way to put it, but just leave it simple. It means a lot when you get a compliment like that, and he was very receptive when Gracie died, because it had happened right when I got back from my trip, and I thought, okay, it was hard to lose her, and September, October is always a weird time because that's when I found out I had cancer years ago. And that's when it came back and everything started as it did. Before she passed away in March, which always makes March a weird time, but, and Mother's Day is a weird time, and the holidays are weird, and then, January is weird because that's a birthday. So, it's the beginning of a weird thing, but one cool thing is, like, with Mother's Day, I don't associate it with her dying anymore. Like mid-May or May as a whole now is just a time where I got my job at Best Buy. That was a life-changing thing, and a lot of people wouldn't categorize getting a job at Best Buy or getting a retail job as a life-changing experience. They view it as a means to an end, a quick little thing that happened. Hey, I was here for a week and it didn't matter. Had that, I did that with Be Thrifty, and with that, the preamble to the job meant more than the actual job. For that, it was again Mother's Day, and I came in, and I was regular, and I always put Be Thrifty over on social media and all, and I loved it. And when the owner of the store saw me, he thanked me, gave me a hug, and he's like, "How can I help you?" I said, "Well, I like a job," and I got a job just off that, which was kind of cool. But it wasn't the right job for me, and that really hurt because I started thinking, boy, that felt so perfect. And I started wondering, was it me? And then you start doubting yourself. I do enough of that anyway. And I didn't need anything affirming that. And then I didn't get the Apple job, and that was crushing. And then, it just leads to more money problems because I need nix using up my savings, and sure wasn't doing that. And this year has been the best year yet by a wide margin. And all I had to do was like, I spent more in health insurance. I still spent money every month on the vet care for Spud and Gracie. Didn't spend anything on legal, which I should have done, but I'm actually kind of glad in hindsight I didn't, because it led to me now with Best Buy doing the legal thing. Well, you can pay a nominal fee, and they will you get state help and stuff like that. I thought, well, that's perfect. It's like $8 a check. Yeah, not a problem there. It cost an Uber ride, for goodness sake. Yeah, I'll spare that, and that could be huge. I mean, because right now it's all like so many things are good, like but there's also some loose ends. I still need to get the mortgage in my name. I'm like paying on my mom's income, which is not my income by any stretch. and it hurts. I'm like spending well over half of what I make on just the mortgage. It's like $1,100 a month, and I'm not, folks, Best Buy employees not making it rich. No one's living in a Frigidaire box, but it's not like it's not like the Jarrett territory. You're not, you're not living on a bologna sandwich diet, but it's retail. It's the nature of the beast. You're going to get paid a fair wage, an exceptional, work does get an exceptional wage. I don't feel like I'm at that level yet. My goal is to get there. I know I will. Just a matter of time. But I'm digressing because I'm tired and everything I talk about leads me to other things. Anyway, so he does his speech and they talk about Gracie, and I don't know if anyone there knew it was a cat exactly, because the way it was worded, it sounded like a family member had died, which, when Dave died in July, it was, pretty fitting. They all became like family when my mom died, and they all moved in and needed the place. It's like, well, family isn't who your blood is necessarily all the time. It's also who you become close to through circumstances in life. And it's funny, in high school, you gain friends because computers say you'll be in the same class. Like with Melissa and I, we've been friends off and on for 17 years now. And I joked with her in September. I was like, it's amazing that it's been, time has flown, and it's all because someone said, someone made a listing and said, here, you guys are going to be seated near each other. You never know how life's going to work. I was just one of many applicants. Got hired, and I'm glad I did, because I got hired at a time where I can turn things around. I've got enough to where if I curb my expenses, and I'm curbing them to a pretty ridiculous degree now, but I can do more. And just, keep things steady and then rebuild at some point, hopefully. And just accept that I may never be able to rebuild things. Well, that's a hard thing to accept, because that is like, I'm failing my mom, but I know every day I go into work I'm not. I know every day I go in, she's looking down and she's proud of the job I'm doing and putting up with customers who, it's retail. You deal with customers who are difficult. Some will take cheap shots. I've had customers insult me for my vision. I've had some, accuse me of using a company phone to look up pricing when I would look up prices, and it's like, it's my phone. I don't mind helping whenever I can. But I try not to do things like that. And I try not to put myself in a situation where someone can take advantage. If someone asks, well, why don't you drive? I'm going to say, well, I can't drive because of my vision, and that right there opens the door for them to take cheap shots. And I can do without that. I already know I can't see when I wake up. I don't need any more reminders. But anyway, they brought out a pair of cats at work, and it was so shocking. Like, literally it just came in, and I busted into tears the second it happened. I was like, you gotta be kidding. It's such a sweet gesture, and it's certainly something I've thought about. I thought about it even before Gracie passed away, because at Ridgewake they had some cats, and I was like, God, these cats are so cute. But I worried, okay, will they get along with Gracie and Spud? And now it's just a Spud thing. So it's like, okay, Spud's pretty darn agreeable, but will this cat get along with her? Because that's a big thing. You can predict it on paper and not work out in theory, or not work out in execution. So it's a big issue. And then there's also the thing of Spud's 19, and she's a shockingly young 19, but she's still 19. It's like with Rocky, where he was old as dirt when Spud was born. And I always kind of joke with Mom, well, he just needed a newborn to keep up with him, because he did. It was the damnedest thing. It's like he was into his 20s, and he was indoor, outdoor, and he should not have lived that long. But Spud, you can't prove it. Like, Spud gave him reasons to keep going, because he adored her. It was the sun and the moon revolved around Spud, and you know, and vice versa. Like when he died, she wasn't the same for a long time. And with Gracie, it hasn't been the case at all. Which, I mean, I love Gracie, but she and Spud were not exactly the closest for most of their lives, and oh well. I mean, maybe it's for the best in a way. Because I love Gracie, and Gracie knew I loved her, but she and Spud were buddies, and they did not have a very motherly relationship. I do kind of chuckle at the sight. I definitely want to see Spud next to a cat that's actually smaller than her. So I think I'm going to give it a week, and definitely try it out, because I think I owe it to Spud, being just this cute little ball of cuteness. She's so sweet and adorable. Just give her a playmate, because I try to play with her, but you know, playing with a string is not exactly the same as her having another cat to play with and dart around with and run around with. Because she's only old in theory, so like let her enjoy her never-ending youth as much as she can. But I was astonished. I mean, there were folks there who were guests and all, and they were just amazed. Like, you know, I've had jobs in retail, and I've never seen I've never seen a store do that, and I think that's what separates Best Buy as a company apart from the rest, and that's what separates 287 from everyone else. You know, we really are, you know, a very tight knit family, and hey, we're not gonna get along 100% of the time. You know, it's fine. You know, it's all a matter of if there's an issue, let's resolve it, and that happened with me today. And I was like, okay, is everything okay? Because I was a little off today, and it was very clear, and I don't know why, you know, maybe it was me stressing out a bit. I don't think I was stressing out over the holidays, at least consciously, but I don't know, maybe it was subconscious. The subconscious stuff you always got to be aware of, you know, but I don't know. Or maybe I just never, you know, really healed